everyone. I am very excited to bring you the second in a three-part series on actions and consequences. Last month we talked about how we respond to others' actions because we cannot control theirs. But what we're talking about today and this month is we're talking about how our actions may have consequences and that we need to accept those consequences. So when I talked about others' actions and how we don't have control over those, what we do have control over is our own. We have control over what we say and what we do in any situation. And I talked about how last time we discussed how you respond to others in terms of remaining calm and taking pauses to ensure that what you're saying and doing is appropriate and wise, as opposed to rushing in just because you feel a response is needed immediately. So when we're talking about our actions, we are in control. And whatever we say, whatever we do, we are responsible for. Just as the other person has the control over their actions and you do not have control over them, they do not have control over you. And so what you choose to say and do is on you. And I think this is something where we're seeing a lot of people who don't want to accept the consequences of their choices, of what they're doing themselves. It's become very easy for us to just lay the blame on somebody else when something happens because we made a decision, because we chose to do something. And we need to learn to take that responsibility back on us. And until we do, we're going to continue to see a lot of blaming of others and throwing out names at people just because we're trying to deflect the things that we should be taking on because it was our fault, because it was our decision. And I know that others' actions can impact us and they can influence us, but you've chosen to let it influence you. I know that's a hard truth. That's a hard thing to hear for someone who is so used to always being able to point at how somebody else's actions have influenced the way they've made those decisions. But ultimately, it is your choice. So we need to learn how to take the consequences and learn from them. So instead of trying to blow it off and blame it on somebody else, we need to acknowledge, hey, yeah, I made that choice. How did I come to that place where I made that choice? Was I being emotional in that moment to make that decision? Did I jump in with both feet without stopping to think about it? If you know how you made that decision or chose to do that action, then now you know how to work backwards on how would I respond in a situation like that the next time. Because I guarantee you there will be a next time. The only way we can improve upon ourselves is to reflect on our actions and what we have said. And learning how to move forward is having a game plan of how to respond next time after the last time when you didn't respond as well as you could have. So the next time you come into a situation where something happens and you quickly want to put that blame on somebody else, take a pause and ask yourself, did I have a choice here? What did I choose to do? And how can I have done better? From there, the next time you come into that scenario and you start feeling those same emotions, you start feeling that same pressure, pause and say, okay, I had a game plan here. Let me go through my game plan and act differently this time, say something different this time, and see how much better that situation comes out. I hope this is helpful for you guys, and I look forward to our last session next month, and we're going to talk about our last thing about actions and consequences, and I'll see you then. Bye.